Wait, there's a... Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is it though? Stream up... Well, not this one. Oh, fucking... Spheroid in the bear python. What's it? Slaughter. Liziman's life slider. I don't need any of this though. But it sounds different. Oh fuck. Oh shit. God damn. So that's the thing. Maybe get rid of this. Get rid some of this thing. Delete this thing. Pad. I can set up the bad pad for the VDS React actually. Wait, I have to turn that on first. Are you Neo coming? Wait, is my mic keep picking? Is that too loud or not? It's keep picking. Is it? Wow. Is it picking? Oh man. Also, there's a new TTS thing that I just got.
Banana.
Yeah. How long is it though? Can I make it longer? Random thing. I don't know. Coke run. Love quotes. But that's something new. That's something. So why is my voice so weird? So I move my mic in the middle of the table so like it can pick up the sound really good now. I don't know. Yeah. Also I made something yesterday for Zen's. Zen's I have a new mascot now. I drew that. Maybe I should make a showcase about that. The thing is, I'm afraid that people are gonna like ask for commission for that thing now. Because right now I don't know how to price that yet. I have no idea how to price that thing. Maybe 100. I can set up the thing for them as well. Yeah. I wanted to do it too much, but you know, maybe add some extra expression, some shit. Some thinking. I haven't paused the showcase. Not showcase, but like commission open for the doodle thingy yet, though. Anyway. Yeah. Also, I'm fixing Discord right now as well. I should focus on one thing at a time because it's more efficient if I do that. You know. The background noise kinda loud, sort of. Wait, I think I can add a filter to like reduce the background noise. Hold on. I think there is something for that. Noise suppression. Wait, what is compressor do? Output gain, release, attack. TTS side ducking. Ah, okay. Wait, hold on, let me just try something. Noise. Background noise. Let's try something with it. There's a noise removal. I don't think that's the thing though. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Wait, hold on. Compressor gain limit. What is it? Compressor, threshold. I have no idea what the fuck this is. Okay, so this is without the new thing. This with the new thing. It's so kind of different though. Anyway, let's do daily first, then yeah. Let's do this. Oh, I should make a song list. Hold on. On my to-do list, make a song list that I can sing to. Hold on. I should make a showcase on my my daughter as well. Here. Songs. So I changed the settings for the model into mouse tracking, you know. Okay, I should do something with this redeem. It's the VTS React. Hold on, let me try that. VTS React. Let me do this. Okay, so you have to put the redeem. What's the name? Pad. Cost 369. Already exists. How do I use the thing that are already there? How do I do that? Oh fuck, man! I want to make the pad automatic. Like, put it there. Okay. Can you put over here? Oh wait, oh shit. Wait, it's oh man. Yeah. Okay, so I'm making the scene out of it, I think. How do I make that? Oh shit, how do I... There's so many things though. I don't... Can I get rid of this? I forgot what these do. I forgot what these things do. Just delete out of it. Yeah, this was so long ago. Just get rid of it first. Clean things up. Can you delete this in the folder instead? Make it faster. Wait, let me try. Wait, where the fuck is my model? There's no item since. Oh, it's in the items, not here. Okay, so this. All of it, maybe. Okay. Okay, now new item since. Hand. Just pet. Remove all of this. Save. Okay. Now individual is VTH React. I make a new one. Pad. Make a new one. 369. Which redeem. Submit. This one. Which reads. Item sin. I have to refresh this, I think. Wait. It's connected. Wait, it's not here. It's not here. Right. Wait, but it's not here. Wait, this is an old one. Wait. Are they? Wait, what? It's the old one. Wait, it's just not edited. Wait. Oh, it's here. Okay. To remove some of this shit. What the fuck even is this? There's no expression. Okay, now I will move it to this one. Now with that, now I should have that. Revert expression. 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay, with that on, I'm gonna go here. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Hold on. Remove this. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Wheel to point. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna delete this one. Delete one of those. So this one, I'm gonna edit this one. I'm gonna change this 10 sec of at the head 10 sec. Okay, we get the head pad.
I would never fall unless it's you I fall into.
Yeah.
I was lost within the darkness, but then I found her. I found you.
Okay. I'll skip the request as well. On the future of your request, we skip it. Ah, hey, go. I'm gonna sub and go. Is this work? Always. I'm setting some stuff. Me surviving. Damn, me too, man. Eating pizza. Visa, man. I haven't tried that yet, man. This year I haven't had any visa. This year. Hi, Mara, come in. I can read this. I'm setting up some new things right now. Also, let me say hi to you guys first. Hold on. Let me shout out. Okay. How you doing? I'm setting some stuff up right now. how was the stream? How was it? How was it? I'm setting the VTS a POG for TTS thingy, and then also set up the VTS React as well right now. Yeah. I'm gonna play some Genshin, and then after that I will work on my VTuber son next. Oh wait, I forgot to put shit. I will turn that on. Fuck. I'm sorry. Hold on. No. Hold on. Let me do it for you. I've got to turn the tits on. Wait, I forgot. Wait. Music. Okay, this one's really fun. After my next model, I'm gonna try to add more expression and stuff, so this can be more useful. Yeah. Okay. Wait, how do I do it? Let me redeem it for you. I'm sorry. Also, I got the VTS bug, which let you wait, how do I do it? Just add some extra parameter for you to like let the thingy talk. Yeah. Let's try this thing. Like she talk a little bit. I will do some redesigns for myself and for Omin, and also for the mascot of this channel as well. I haven't made a mascot yet. I haven't designed yet. Okay, have fun. Have fun. That's not angry. Yeah. I still have commission to do right now, so maybe I will work on some of it off stream. Every day, maybe. Little weekend. Thank you. And so I set the VTS React, so I don't have to do the head pad manually anymore. Wait, is it working? It is 10 seconds. I don't know if it's working or not. Okay, that's too long. Wait. Wait. Let's try again. Wait. How the fuck do I do that? What the fuck? Is it even working? Wait. Is it connected? I did connect it. Why is it not working? Oh wait, hold on. Restart. I have to restart? Do I have to? Okay, so pad, redeem, check. How do I test here? Yeah, it's kind of working here. Yeah, it's work. But let me try the redeem again. Yeah, it's working now. It's working now. It seems taken too long. Maybe 5 seconds. 5 seconds. let me change the thing. I'll try to add more interactive shit to my next model. Should be more fun to hang out in the stream. You know. Save. Looking for this up, we're gonna manual coding it. Coding it manually, man. That was. I mean, it's already done before. Might well just use it. Yeah, I got VTS React and VTS Park for the TTS thingy. Yeah, the TTS for the talking shit. Yeah, and then that's it. So I did something for Zen. I don't know if he is streaming or not. I did okay, he's still streaming. I did something for Zen yesterday. It's really last minute. But you see this little thing over here? That I made that.
Oh my god, I can hit the gritty?
Yeah, he's also used the
no shot.
The VTS
I can actually
box
hit the gritty.
for the TTS thingy. Yeah.
What
Let me see. He did make a clip of it. Let me. It's really cute. Thank you. Where's the fucking clip for that? It's this shit.
What? Since you're such a good boy.
I don't know how to do the voice. Like he has some voice mod, I think. I don't know how to get that yet. Rebounding. Yeah. Let me try to rec that in here as well.
Since you're such a good boy.
Add this as an item.
Since you're such a good boy.
Okay.
Hello chat, welcome to my stream. This is my submissive dog next to me. I'd call him Sense.
Okay.
Since you're such a good boy. Hello chat, welcome to my stream.
RBC, welcome. Doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. Is Stream Deck? Oh, it is. Maybe it's voice mod with Stream Deck. Maybe that's how I do it.
Since you're such a good boy.
A lot of things.
Chat, welcome to my stream. This is my
Let me
dog next to me.
what about this? That's what it's for now. The friends of mine does things like this too? Damn, Park. Oh yeah. Okay. I should add an icon for this library item as well. Maybe I'll make a tutorial on how to use these things with my poo-poo access I put on my coffee. Maybe. I haven't made any update to that model as well. I really should. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's see. Chick.
Don't cry, look in my eyes and you might find a shimmering light.
Yeah. Let me try. It's your time, check out what you like. Oh, I want to check out how he do it though. I want to check out how he do it. What does he use for it? I know Stream Deck, but what program did he use for that? I know I can do it with this voice mod and stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's back to Genshin. Try to find them outside at Sam's house and your stream deck with a set of voice mod each of them. Oh.
Diamond City lights, Diamond City
Ah,
lights, illuminate
okay.
what's inside and all the love I feel.
Yeah, I know that they can do that with voice mod, but I'll try to do it
You're
with
the
maybe the filter in OBS maybe. I don't know.
Rainbow colored skies invite us to take a ride.
I cannot buy voice mod with just PayPal right now. This is a credit card which I don't have. It's on the things I buy online that require credit card. I just ask someone else to buy it for me. Stream deck is no, it's not a stream deck. It's voice mod. It's voice mod. It's not stream deck. I'm talking about voice mod. It's really cheap, but I cannot buy it myself. Because do you have friends? Nice. Maybe I should do a commission for the voice mod thingy, the same way as I do with my coffee gold. The coffee gold, 2 years of it, I got it from Granny, a friend of mine. I just do like a quick commission, and he just get me that thing. That's how I did it. All the times. Like games I cannot buy. I can now, but I couldn't before. What else? Live 2D, I couldn't buy it myself. The subscription thingy, I asked someone else to buy it for me. And I paid them back in real life. That's how I do it. I couldn't buy shit myself online. I don't have a credit card. It's hard to get one if you don't have a reach up. You know, it's kinda hard for me. Anyway, let's play Genshin. Music too loud, hold on. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. I used to like unable to buy game on Steam because I don't have a credit card. But I can use my online bank now. So that is okay. But still, there's some programs that I cannot buy yet because they're subscription based, and yeah, need the fucking card. I don't have it. Anyway, let's play. Let's just do the daily super fast and get back to drawing. I will try to get some stuff done. Maybe get the basic cutting done with the model as well. I can afford to get games too. I mean, and I'm afford to get it. I just cannot get it myself. Back in the days because there's no credit card. Yeah. Game is kind of cheap though. I did buy 2 games that I just never fucking touch. Yeah. I bought Among Us. I haven't played it yet ever. I just bought it, left it there. I don't know why. Also, I have wait, let me check. I have Don't Starve Together. I have 1 free copy, which no one get it yet. I have 1 free copy because when I bought it, there's a sale thingy where you get 1 free copy. It's only available in some country though. Let's see. Library, wait, collection. Wait, how the fuck do I check that? Here. Inventory. I still have it now. I don't start together. Wait, where the fuck is it? Steam. I should try to play it again. Wait, where the fuck is it? It disappeared? Oh shit. Oh wait, I haven't. Oh wait, did I forgot to use it so it disappeared? No. Wait, no. I forgot to use it. Fuck, man. Wait, it's still here. Wait, is this thing? Oh yeah, it's still here. Yeah, it's still here. Years of the bunnies in the event. Don't start together. Give quality redeem in this country. Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore. How many points you have? Holy shit. Should you just pay by tax, man? Pay some tax. Anyway. Yeah, you can have a lot of points. I knew someone who have like 600k plus. Yeah. Vietnam, Brunei, Singapore, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia. So I can still give it away somehow. Maybe I will post this on Twitter's, maybe. Yeah, there's no use for me to keep it this one anyway. I asked my roommate, he don't want to play it, so you want to play it? You want to play it? Wait, where you live, by the way? I don't think you can play it. Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia. Is it available in Malaysia as well? You want it? I can give it to you. You want it? It's a free copy of Don't Starve Together. Wanna play it? I haven't tried yet. I have one free copy if you want. If you don't, I'll give someone else. Okay, anyway, let's go back to Genshin. Genshin. Wait, I already finished it. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, so Thursday. Let's do the TGG and some stuff. Nah. Damn, fucking tired, man. Oh yeah, should I roll for Yelan or not? I know that I don't need Hu Tao Constellation anymore. FC1 already. Do you think it's just extra shit though? Is it being a time to hang up blind? Some extra damage? Do I want it or not? Just some extra damage. Good way, Chris. Yeah. It's a speed drop, but yeah, oh, it's yeah, it's tennis 4, it's no, it's been on element physical risk increase. This between increase and resistance rate increase, the dynamic rate went down. Yilan is better though. C1 is better. Should I get her? Or should I wait for next banner? Should I wait? Should I roll or not? I only have, wait, this banner gonna end on the 28th, so I should get enough so I can buy the thingy. Hold on, wait. Staircase, fuck. This one. already max on Beidou though. I have to look at this one for this month. So I don't know what should I do. Maybe I will roll on 11 banner for a little bit until I have enough for this. Or should I just roll on weapon banner? Or should I roll on weapon banner? So I don't have to worry about the BT. I need to get this for 100, 300. I can do it here. I have the whole amount already. Damage splitting. Should get this one. I do want a Yelan though. I do want one copy. Wait, where is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30 something. 30 something. I can. Let's do a 10 here. Let's do a 10 here. Okay. If you get Yelan or not, it's fine. If I don't, it's fine. But I need to get enough so I can bought this month Baiman thingy. Yeah, so. Right, let's do a 10. Alright. Force die 5, don't be 5. Okay, so you get 15 each. I have to do 2 more times? Wait, 1 more time? Wait, is that a C or a copy? Okay, consolation. That's good. There's still 2 more. There's still 2 more. But I have 15 now. I have to do 9 more times. Okay, slowly. Just slowly. Okay. Okay. I think you would be nice though. I think you would be nice. How many was that? 75. Okay. Okay. Okay, Xingqiu. Oh man, I have Peidon already. Okay. One. Okay, 2 more time and that's it. 2 more time. But should I get Yelan or not? I do kind of want her. I do want her. Let's get one charge on the skill. Can I try to get to Yelan? Should I try it? I mean, this should be enough to get there. Should be enough. But welcome in. How you doing? Yeah, should be enough to get there. If there is next better. That is if. I can try get to the biddies. If I don't get her, I will stop. Should I do that? Okay. I do 20. I'm at 45 right now. I'm at 45 right now. 46. 47. 48. 49. Last time I got Yelan, it took me like 176 times. 50. Xingqiu, please. Oh man, why? One 52. 53. Oh, that's good. What the f? Where's Xingqiu? Do you have Yelan? I do have one Yelan. I want to save for Deya. Maybe on the next banner. But I still want to get C1 on Yelan as well. It's really good. Yeah. Okay, 40. Okay. 50 something. 54. So if I miss this, I will stop as well. I will stop so I can get a guarantee on next banner. If I get her, fine. If I don't, fine as well. 55, 55. I don't know. Yeah, still good. C1 is much better. Yeah, C1 is much better. Much better. 56, 57. Oh man, this is 58. Oh fuck. 59. 60. 60. Fuck. Can strength, yeah. I'm on stuff. 60. I got the Xingqiu is nice as well, but I haven't got any copy of him yet. Fuck. Okay, 61. Shit. 62. Okay, 63. Xingqiu, please. Wait, what the fuck is this? Oh, I suck. 64. 64. 65. 66. What the fuck? 67. 67. Fuck. 68. Okay, 69. 69. Let's save that. Oh fucks. Not like this, okay. 70. Please don't. Please. 71. 72. 72. Fuck. 73. Xingqiu, please. Xingqiu, please. Wow. 74. 7-5. 7-5. 7-6. Fuck, man. I'm getting hard pity again. Not fuck. 7-7. 7-8. 79. 79. 80. 80. 80. Oh, I'm getting hard pity again. Fuck, man. Ah, I got nothing to fuck. I got nothing to. Ah, shit. 82. So, ah.
Hey, listen. It's not like I like you, but can you stay for a while? I'm just kidding. Unless.
Okay. Okay. It's fucking shit. I can Beidou twice. Fucking shit. Not even C6. Fuck. Fuck, man. Ah. I don't like this. Hate this shit. But next time on next banner, I will get the anyways. Yeah, it's fine. What is new event? 3 days. I finished on of it. Okay, that's right. Man, next banner this is now? I don't know yet, but there's a high chance. So it's gonna be that or gonna be rerun. So I'm guessing there's gonna be one new character, which is gonna be Deha, and the 4-star for Monster, and then one rerun of someone else. I think that's how gonna be. I don't know yet. I mean, they are testing her right now on the test server, so there's high chance the next one gonna be the high chance. I think. I think like they unlock the desert, right? The next batch they gonna have a story for that reasons and the banner for Deha and her story. Yeah. 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 So slow, what the fuck? Oh, this is C0. This is not C1 like me. Shit. So slow. I should build Beidou actually. I should build her.
Running for your life, find a place to hide, pretending that you don't want this. Make you run inside, breathing, getting light, intoxicated on back. Yeah. Don't fight this feeling, goosebumps are your friend.
Damn.
Said I'm sentimental to your health and well. You're being hard as hell to tell. If chasing's worth my time, but still I'll find you.
おとなしくしやがれ。
かかれどの目が出るかしら
風邪ひくなよ。
しびれなさいやみつきにならねえんで逃がす
すまんすまん。これ。
料理の時間だよ終わりで撤収捕まえたほっ
おとなしくしやがれ。この瞬間、お前。
ちょっとビリビリさせないと
And how you be the first to tell that it's on and I'm on. Anything can be done. You realize it's far too late. Accept your detrimental hole and swell. And this sinister ring the bell for me. It's just something to think about.
Too soon.
Good night, yeah. Good night. I hope you sleep well. I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, it's not like I'm on my way or anything.
Wait, we should go. Let's farm this. Or should I farm weekly boss now? Oh. Maybe tomorrow.
Killing time.
Could commit to anything but a crime.
Being on vacation, an open invitation. Animals evident.
Pearly kids look more like a picker fan.
Once you get inside them, got friends.
Bam, bam.
Our summers come to an end I can't believe it What's happened to all the fun times And now
Yeah. Wait. Wait. Where's Beidou? Wanna beat her up as well.
Don't you wanna taste of me?
部屋分けならいつでも付き合おう
But I wanna dream. Summer heat's got me in a daze. Only you got me feeling this way. Yeah, I'm soaking in the sun rays while I'm riding on you somewhere.
What the fuck is this? Oh man. You have a lot of material though. Access B. Protect using energy. Store over here. True activation.
Can't you just get out of my mind? 'Cause all that's left of my heart are little pieces. All they want is a summer fling that run inside when it starts to rain. Don't keep me waiting.
Max HP, base damage. When normal charge stack hit the greater line charge this increase in the resistance to interrupt. I need this one for traveler for wanderer. Other Wait, is this? can use for other characters as well. That'd be really strong though. Nice Ice Bear, welcome in. Yeah, wait. If you tie quarter, if I switch character, does this also apply to next character or not? Does this also apply? Yeah. Wait. Beidou build. Okay. Oh yeah, I do have their best thingy.
You feeling kinda thirsty? Grab a cup. Let's find our friends in the shade and pour me some sweet lemonade.
Poppy poppy pom, poppy poppy pom. I do have the artifact for her, so. This one. I have this one ready. I'll give this one. What else? Okay, so attack, other damage, crit. Okay. Beidou, Wanderer. Best team for Wanderer. Okay. Reaction team. Vaporite reaction team. Electrocharge build. Electrocharge build. Free speed. Yeah, okay. Welcome. How you doing? Welcome. I'm just play a bit of Genshin before go back to commission. This one. Yeah. It's so crit damage. I think crit damage and EM is the best. Some ER work as well. This one is the best. I think you have the good set for her already. It's really good. Yeah, swap that. Okay. Attack percentage for this one, maybe? I don't have attack percentage here. This not good. Crit rating would be nice. I already use it. Crit damage, crit rate. Support build. Electro sub DPS. Sub DPS support. Okay. Elemental skill burst. Sub DPS burst. Burst DPS. Okay. Skyward Bride. Okay, I have that. Attack percentage greater damage. Okay. So I should. Maybe I should switch this. I don't use. Yeah, I can switch this one out. There's no good one here, so. I mean, I can increase this, but still, it's kind of bad. There's no crit damage here. I mean, it could work. Let me try again this. Make it great. I don't know. Speed is up. Some ER is good as well. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking defend. So I guess this one I can use anything. Some maybe crit damage. Oh, crit grade. I don't know. I'll use this one, I guess. Some EM, some HP as well. This might be the best. Yeah. Okay, so that's the build. Let's switch the weapon. Razor is using the best one right now, so I can switch this one out. Some ER. Is damage in the best damage attack. Wait, but if I use her for the burst DPS, sub burst DPS, the best one not gonna be that. I don't have any good option here. Wait, this might be good. Is it? I mean, I don't use Razor anymore, kind of. So let's just use this. Let's farm this one now. This team is fine, right? Oh shit. Wait. Wi-Fi's acting up. Shit, man. Farm some EXP maybe. Running out of it. Let's go. Wait, where the fuck is it? Ah, here. Too far.
There is something and there is nothing, there is nothing in between. she's a lady, and I am just a boy. He's singing, she's a lady, and I am just a line without a.
Good morning, I'm Miss Nelly Red.
Hi, Wolf. Welcome. Hey, what is up? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Double pyro. Joyce Bennett. I need Bennett for the healing Fadizan. Maybe you can swap her out with Beidou. But she don't need friendship 10 though. Wait. Beidou does have a shield. I can try use Beidou here for extra damage. But I gonna lose the 25% here though. Good luck and good ride. Yeah, I just lost my 50-50 just now. Yeah. This fucking sucks, bro. What if I switch this to someone else? Let me do this. Now get this one. How did this gonna work? Minutes for healing. Okay, so. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh man, I forgot. Oh wait, I can. Oh shit, I'm so dumb.
遅いはっこれで
And now you don't know how to keep your business clean. Mommy don't know daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. Innocent like but she's struggling. She be popping, yeah, she burning down slowly. He left his kids at home, so he can get that. Mommy don't know daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. Daddy, daddy, if you wanna drop the addy, give me fancy my Balenciaga daddy. You want me to back it up, 'cause I'm spending on Rodeo. You can watch me back it up, I'll be gone in the AM, yeah. You got me Prada, got me feeling like Rihanna. You always call me 'cause I never cause no drama. And when you want, baby, I know I got you covered. And when you need it, baby, just jump under the covers. Mommy don't know daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. He's not back, but she's struggling. She be popping, yeah, she put it down slowly. He left his kids so he can get that. Mommy don't know daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy.
手をつむぎましょう。これこそが知恵の伝道。
世間話はよそう。話すこともないのに必死に話題を探すなんて滑稽だ。遅い。ついてこい。風よ。
If the Snevens ever did speak, she's the last true Snow's piece. Every Monday's getting more bleak, a fresh noise in each week. We were poor and snick, we heard them say, my snurch offers no action.
属性を見下ろす。早く。へいだ。これや。せい。へいだ。と。全力攻撃だ。遅い。
Take me to Snurch, I'll worship like a snail at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sin so you can snarf in your snipe. Offer me that needless death, the good God, let me sneak you my life. Take me to Snurch, I'll worship like a snail at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sin so you can snarf in your snipe. Offer me that needless death, the good God, let me sneak you my life. I'm a snake and have a good time. My love is the sunlight. Keep the goddess on my side. She demands a sacrifice. Drain the whole sea. Get something.
みんながそばにいてくれ。兄さん、工作せよく見ておけ。行くぞ。
天へと前。これでか。へいや。へい。
That looks nasty. That looks plenty. This is hungry work. Take me to Snurch. I'll worship like a snail at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sin so you can
can sharpen your knife off me. That's needless death. The good God, let me sneak you my life. Take me a snurch, I'll worship like a snail at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sin so you can sharpen your knife off me. That's needless death. The good God, let me sneak you my life. No masters or slugs when there's ritual sniggins. There is no sweeter innocence than our gentle snins. In the madness and snore of that not earthly sneam, only then I am snail. Only then I am sleep.
俺が守れ。かかれ。せい。これで。
Take me a snurch, I'll worship like a snail at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sin so you can sharpen your knife off me. That's needless death. The good God, let me sneak you my life. Take me a snurch, I'll worship like a snail at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sin so you can sharpen your knife off me. That's needless death. The good God, let me sneak you my knife.
今回はどこに行くんだい？
Listen up, here's a story about a little guy that lives in a blue world. And all day and all night.
それ。
It's just
せい。全力攻撃だ。風よ。これせい。へい。は。これで死にたいようだね。へい。 火に気をつけろ。くらえ。属性を見下ろす。だ。へい。へい。これで。へい。これで。へい。は。へ
い。痛がっちゃいない。
これで。へい。これで。
But you're spending the night with me. What do you want from my world? You're a good little girl. Bad little girl. That's what you're acting like. You don't really sound that you're that kind of girl. And if you are, why do you want to hang out with me?
手合わせならいつでも。
Don't you know I'm a villain? Every night I'm out killing, sending everyone running like children. I know why you're mad at me. I've got demon eyes, and you're looking right through your anatomy. Into your deepest fears, baby. I'm not from here. I'm from the nightosphere. To me, you're clear, transparent. You gotta think for me, girl. It's apparent. We were both young when I first saw you. I closed my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there on a balcony in summer air. See the lights, see the party, the ball gowns. See you make your way through the crowd and say hello. Little did I know to be, but no one else agrees. But I don't care about them because you're all I need. And I was crying on the staircase, begging you please don't go. And I said, baby, just take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All that's left to do is run. We'll go far away and we'll make it out of this mess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
言い方がきついかただ本当のことを言っているだけさそれを受け入れられない者こそもっと自分の問題を反省した方がいい天へと前
Cause we were meant to be, but no one else agrees. But I don't care about them because you're all I need. You were everything to me. I was begging you, please don't go. And I said, baby, just take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All that's left to do is run. We don't need a prince, and you're not a damsel in distress. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. Darling, won't you save me? They're trying to tell me how to feel. This love is difficult, but it's real. Don't be afraid, we'll make it out of this mess. It's a love story. If there's a price for right judgment, all those days watching from the window, all those years outside looking in, all that time never even knowing just how blind I've been. Now I'm here.
I could say all those things and there'd be a part of you that would listen, right? Because we know there's two parts of you. And then that other part of you would be like, no, it's not enough.
Hello, friend. Give me just 1 second.
How are you? No, of course.
I'm doing great, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing well.
I'm a boomer, so you gotta give me a second, bro.
It's fine. No, don't worry about it. You're all good.
All right, there we go. And can you count to 10 for me?
Of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Awesome.
6, 7.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Good morning. Happy to be here.
Yeah. You seem happy to be here, which I'm not sure.
Should I not be?
I don't know. You seem so energetic, and
yes, I get that a lot. I do get that a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What do people say?
Just I don't know. That a ball of energy, or like it's way too early for me to be this happy, or whatever else.
Yeah. That's cool. It sounds like it's fun to be you.
Yeah, I mean sometimes, not all the time, but often enough.
Yeah. And so can you just start by telling us a little bit? So it's Sidion, is that right?
Yeah, but you can call me Sid or Sydney, whatever is more comfortable.
What do you prefer?
I like Sid.
Okay, Sid it is. And can you tell us, I'm sure most people know who you are because they're spamming an emote that looks like you in chat. But
that'll do it.
Can you just tell us a little bit about where we can find you on Twitch and on the internet and what you do on the internet?
Oh, yeah, cool. I'm a Twitch streamer. I'm full-time now. You can find me at twitch.tv/Sidion, and I think all my socials are the same. But yeah, I stream variety. I like to say games, but it's mostly Valorant. But then I switch some other stuff in there, so yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
That's that.
And when did you become a full-time streamer?
About 10 months ago. 10 or 11, yeah.
How's that been?
Amazing. So I actually graduated school with a nursing degree, and then I kind of just was like, well, I'm at a crossroads here. Let me just try out full-time streaming, and it worked out for me. So I'm really, truly happy with what I do.
Congratulations on graduating.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also, you know, going full time as a streamer. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm really happy though. I don't regret any choices I made.
Yet.
Well, there are other choices I regret, but you know, here we are.
Yeah. So Sid, is there something in particular that you wanted to talk about today, or anything that I can help you with?
I think some things that, you know, I had brought up prior were just like multiculturalism is a huge thing for me, in a discussion that I have on stream pretty often. Imposter syndrome, moving into full-time streaming, and like, you know, kind of just my life completely flipping the opposite direction of where I thought I was gonna go has been a big thing for me lately. So kind of just feeling like I fit in here or belong with like where I am.
Okay, awesome. I mean, not that you have imposter syndrome, but I think these are wonderful things to talk about that I think will be, you know, very educational and hopefully helpful. So can you start by telling me a little bit about what multiculturalism means?
Yeah, so for me, like, I'm half black and half white, and I've grown up in a community of people that never looked like me. And my entire life, you know, I've been around people who don't look like me. And so it's been an interesting adjustment to just try and balance the two cultures that I share between like being black and white. And I've always found it really difficult. And like, as I continue to get older, I continue to find myself in spaces where I don't feel well represented. Like even on Twitch, you know, I don't necessarily feel well represented as a black woman. And so like having these two cultures is so much of my identity, but I oftentimes don't feel like I, you know, fit in or have people around me who are similar. So it's just a big thing for me to kind of recognize both and then try and figure out how I can live harmoniously with all of it.
Sounds like a lot of moving pieces that you have to continually like try to fit together.
Mm-hmm. It feels like that.
Yeah, because I'm also kind of noticing that if your identity has different facets in any given group, there may be a part of you that fits in, but other parts of you that don't.
Exactly.
That sounds challenging.
It is 100%. I think there's like this famous lyric that's like, too black for the white kids and too white for the black. And that's like exactly how I feel. For the entirety of my life, that's how I felt. So it is definitely an interesting balance.
Yeah, so I think that reminds me of one of my own kind of experiences growing up. So I am what is known as a coconut, which means brown on the outside and white on the inside.
Gotcha.
So I grew up in East Texas where, I was like not Indian enough for the Indian kids. Like I didn't go to Indian dance class and like didn't know how to do like I didn't watch Bollywood movies or listen to Indian music, and listen to like, Blink 182 and other angsty emo things. Yeah. And then, but also was, faced a fair amount of racial discrimination in East Texas. Oddly enough, because I looked Mexican. So most of the insults were actually directed towards a race that wasn't even mine, which was kind of funny in some ways.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how racist are you that you don't even know
what
race I am? And then occasionally, appropriate racial insults.
Yes.
But I still think I imagine in some ways it was easier for me because at least I don't know. It sounds more challenging for you than what I remember my experience being. But so can you tell me a little bit about what it was like to grow up with one parent who was Caucasian and one parent who was black?
Difficult, I guess, because I think there's a phenomenon where people more heavily identify with their culture that is kind of discriminated against, right? So I feel like I maybe lean more towards being a black woman. That's, if you walk past me on the street, you see me as a black woman, all those things. And I think that I often talked growing up like I forgot about my white side, or like my mom would feel hurt by me because she thought that I would like forget that I'm also white, So that was always really hard to balance with my mom, because I didn't ever want her to think that I wasn't proud to be her daughter or whatever else. But that was difficult.
Wait,
and also I just kind of felt
it's gonna
like
work?
my mother could never truly understand
Hold on.
what I go through as a Black woman, as much as she tries, you know, and is a part of my life and my experiences, and like seeing how I've, you know, had to grow up in this world. But I think there are some things that she will just never understand, you know?
Like
and so I don't know. I guess like a lot of my experiences as a Black woman, like she's never faced the same discrimination. So she can't like truly understand what I've been through, you know? She can see it and she can hurt for me and be empathetic, which she very much is. But it's just like she's never...
What if I played...
She doesn't like walk into stores and notice that people are
What
like
if?
watching her or whatever, you know? She doesn't have those thoughts. Whereas like when I walk into
Beidou
a
and
Sephora
Ayaka.
and I notice that the person at the front door is like kind of following me around, I see those things, whereas she would never notice if she was walking with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that kind of
So
stuff.
this one
I love how
is still
illustrative that
damage.
example is. Like,
One
you know, 'cause
extra
I think
damage.
sometimes when we think about discrimination,
Then
we think
this
about
thing reacts with
statistics.
this. Is plus 1 damage and
like,
do 1
you
basic
know, like
damage to
things that are
all
like measurable,
of them.
but what I'm hearing from you is it's kind of just baked into when you walk around.
Yeah, it's very like a lot of microaggressions all the time that most people wouldn't recognize unless it's happened to them every time they've walked into, you know, a place.
Can you tell me what a microaggression is?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know the exact
If I do this,
description for it, but I
If I
would
do
just
this,
say that like
then-
it's these small
wait, Chongyan-
undertones of racism that I would
Chongyan
face
Chongyan
day to
and
day. Things like that you
Beidou
wouldn't expect
and
me to
Ayaka. It's gonna have
really pick out, but someone saying like something I got
eyes
growing up was like, "Oh, you're
resonance.
so pretty for a Black woman," you know, like you're
That's
so pretty for a
look
Black woman. And it's
fun.
like you're not
That's look
being
fun. Also
super
with
aggressively
this one,
outwardly racist, but you're like putting
with
in
the
this
few,
very
then they can
backhanded
switch.
portion of what you're trying to
just a
say
lot
to
of
me.
like
these very,
AoE
yeah,
damage.
passive
Just a lot of
aggressive,
that.
sly things that happen.
But I have to activate
An insulting compliment.
Beidou
Yes.
skill first.
That's what it feels like.
Interesting. I actually really like that.
Wait, how did this
example as well.
elemental damage? Okay, so that's not counted as
Yeah, so you know, Sid, I find myself
okay.
and you know, we can talk about whatever you want to, but the thing that I actually find myself so curious about is just wanting to hear more about what your life like is. Like,
If it is
you know, what is it
electro, I
like?
can activate the
it's so
skill
illustrative
faster.
for me to just
Maybe.
you know, to hear about your experience at Sephora
That's
and
it.
like just what it looks like, because I think a lot of times, especially on the internet, you know, words like microaggressions get
Do
tossed
extra
around and
damage.
people will like say like, oh, like microaggressions are BS or like microaggressions are real. But I think the thing that I appreciate the most about talking to you is how you bring some of these like abstract concepts that people on the internet argue about to life. Because I think everyone, I would hope, can
The
understand.
Russian is really
how that's-
fun though.
It's like, oh, you're pretty for a black
really
girl. It's, like,
nice.
it's kind of,
But
you know,
Yeah. The underlying tone of "you're pretty for a Black girl" is like, I don't find Black women pretty, but you, oh, you're pretty, which feels really bad. And it's definitely a comment I got growing up all the time, and I didn't realize that it made me feel bad until I got older, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's not a nice thing to say at all.
yeah. So, yeah, it's interesting. It kind of reminds me of like cough syrup, where they like make it artificially sweet, but it still tastes nasty.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah. So can you just tell me a little bit more about? So it sounds like your mom is white and your dad is black. And do you have siblings?
I do. I have a younger brother and a younger brother and a younger sister, and an older brother and an older sister.
Okay. And so what was growing up like for you? Like where you know, and I know that sometimes people are like you should be sensitive to privacy and stuff, so you don't have to give me like a specific city or anything like that. But I'm just curious, like what was life like for you growing up?
Yeah, so I grew up and I lived with my mom mostly because my parents have been separated since I was young. I lived in the suburbs outside of Seattle, so definitely predominantly white and Korean. I would say that I think I had like few other black
What if I
students in
do
school, and like we
this?
all knew each other, but I wasn't close with any of them.
What if I do that? I can change anyone I want.
So I felt like a lot of the time I was making
do
friends outside of my race, which is totally cool and awesome, and like I got to learn about a ton of other cultures and things like that. But it definitely makes you feel really alienated. And I grew up, if I'm being super candid, hating the color of my skin. I hated my skin. I hated that I was different.
This might work.
Hated my curly hair. I didn't
No
like,
one
my
activate
more
this
black
first,
features
though.
that I had. And that took me a really, really long time to accept myself for who I
Listen
am.
to some
And like
extra
now I'm
damage.
completely on the opposite spectrum. I like love the color of my skin. I love my culture, whatever it is. But it was really hard growing up for sure, because all
this
you want
one
to
with
do
this
is
one,
fit in,
summoning.
especially in high school. Like
It's my
the last
work.
thing you want to do is
It's
be
my
different
work.
than everybody else. So I would do things
Sure,
like,
I know this one.
I don't know, straighten my hair every single day. I would, if it was sunny outside, I would make sure that I like didn't have any skin showing so that I wasn't getting any darker. Like real self-hate stuff growing up.
It's not that good though.
It was something that I couldn't talk to
I
anyone
like this
about
one.
because I didn't have anyone who could relate to me. And my dad is like this super proud to be black man, right? And so I didn't want him to feel disappointment or sad if I came to him and was like, I hate being black, that wasn't a conversation that I wanted to have with my dad because I would feel so bad. And then like my siblings, not super close to growing up, had very, very different experiences. So I definitely felt very, very alone.
This might be good on
But-
beta.
A part of something
might
at the
be.
same time because I was in sports and leadership and like ASB and all that kind of stuff. So it was like
Okay, can
I
you
fit in, but only because I was trying so hard to fit in.
Oh.
Sid, you do a wonderful job of like constructing a narrative. Like it's so interesting to hear a little bit about how you kind of piece things together, and it's also kind of interesting because what I'm sort of hearing is that you felt a lot of shame, but you couldn't share that shame with your dad.
Yes.
And at the same time, you kind of like also like identified with being black, and that made it hard for your mom. So I'm sort of noticing that it was hard for you to like really openly and authentically connect with either of your parents.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where the kind of the feeling of alienation comes in, or is that like more related to school?
No, I definitely think it
piercing
was a little bit
damage.
of both. I mean,
This
not being
one.
able to relate to my siblings, my parents, or the people that I go to school with was just kind of like
Get more attack maybe?
feeling alone in that aspect
Just
all the time.
piecing them.
You said that you used to hate the color of your skin. Can you help me understand like when you started to have those thoughts? Like how did that happen?
Oh,
Maybe a lot of healing?
couldn't necessarily pinpoint.
Did
I want to
you-
say
no, I don't
maybe
need that.
around middle school
Do
is
I
like
do-
when it really became apparent to me that the color of my
This
skin was going
one.
to
Get more car.
affect the way that people around me treat me or
Summon?
act or what
Maybe
they
I can use
expect
this
of
one?
me. There's so many expectations as
this
a
one as
black
well.
woman, my age, but so many expectations as a young black woman as well.
Can you tell
And
me
so
about
I would
those? Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, of course. I guess like things like you don't sound black is something that I would get all the time. And I'm like, oh, because I'm eloquent and well-spoken and, whatever, I don't sound black. You expect me to sound this very certain way. That's a comment that, I would get growing up and I didn't really understand. I would be like, oh, what does sounding black mean?
Okay,
You know?
let's
And it's
try this. Not this one.
what
Wait.
people are expecting of a black woman is these very like stereotypical things that you see in movies, and like
Is it
that's
this one?
what you expect, and if you don't get that, people are like shook,
Yeah.
So those sort of expectations, or as I've gotten older, an expectation that I feel put on me
Hey, you're
often
kinda
is that,
loud,
like,
right?
I need to be this really
Sort
strong, independent black woman, and like, yeah, that's what I have to do. And if I'm not that, if I'm vulnerable or any of those type of things, then like I've failed as like this strong, independent black woman. So the expectations
the
have
normal
changed, but they've
sword.
always been there.
Or this one.
Sounds rough.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I also don't want to make it out to sound like it's all bad or like it's always sucked for me, you know? Because I guess that's what it sounds like right now.
Well, that's what I'm asking about.
Okay.
Right? But I'd love to
Wait,
hear
whatever
about,
it is.
how's it been good?
Hold on, hold on.
Yeah, I guess it just like it makes me different. I have
like-
these very different experiences than other people,
Okay.
and I feel like not only was I taught empathy from a young age from my parents, I also feel like I learned it through my
Okay,
experiences.
so
Like I don't want other
I'm gonna
people
try
to feel the way
this.
that I've had to
It
feel.
should be fun.
And so it's made me this like
Let's
really
make this
empathetic
shit.
person. So I
Okay.
kind of try and twist them into like positive
Okay,
things
this team.
that I would never like pass along to other people. Or I also think like now the fact that I have a platform feels really good because I get to talk about my experiences, and I feel like in my chat at least so many people relate to me or
Okay, I'm gonna
feel
start
heard or
with
seen,
Ayaga,
or, like, I'm
attack,
here
switch
to
to
be
Beidou,
representation on Twitch.
use the skill,
And so I'm
do
like
some
really
damage.
proud of that and happy that I could be
Maybe.
a part of that too.
How does it feel to be a part of representation on Twitch?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, wait,
obviously,
there's no eyes.
I want more. I'm
I don't-
always
I
gonna
don't need
want more.
eyes. That
I
much.
just remember like, sorry,
Go
what
for
were
it.
you
No,
saying?
go for it.
I remember coming on Twitch and like the first time that I started
Always
watching
just
it was
no.
never
I
something
can
that
like
I
one
could see
once
like
more
myself
and then switch.
doing, right? And then I saw
Wait, this is-
another like black girl streaming. And
Oh,
it's like,
this is
okay,
every
there are black people on the
face,
platform.
is
Like I
it?
could do this, you know, I feel seen, I feel heard, I feel represented. And so I like the idea of me being able to do what she did for me for other people. And yeah, of course, I'm always going to want more representation of like black women in gaming and black women in Twitch. But I'm happy to be, you know, a start of it and a part of it.
Why do you want more representation of black women in gaming and Twitch?
Because growing up, like obviously I've always been into games. I've always read comic books. I've always gamed. And then I felt like there wasn't space for me in the community. And when I came on Twitch and then saw nobody that looked like me, it made me feel like there was even less space. And I'm like, wow, is there, you know, could I stream on this platform? Would I be able to make, you know, whatever? And then when I found that there is like a community of black people on Twitch, definitely feels
I'm
more
gonna
like
switch.
you
I'm gonna
would be
buzz
accepted. You can be a part of this, and
first.
like despite your race,
And then
because
switch.
growing up the way that I did, and I have, like you
Maybe.
kind of account
Just
race
enough.
into a lot of things, you know.
How do you do that?
Okay,
Uh,
I can do this.
I guess a lot of the time I'm like seeking out people who look like me. Like I'm seeking out representation. Like I want to see black movies, you know, blockbuster movies, like selling out, whatever, those kind of things. And so I just kind of move through life in that way. So I come on Twitch and I'm like,
What the
yeah,
fuck
I'm
was
excited
that?
to watch video games.
What the
But
fuck was
then
that?
on my like third day on the platform, I go, but where can I find the black streamers? Like where are the black streamers on here winning?
What the
Which is like what I
fuck
really
did
want
I
to see.
eat?
So can you help me understand, like when you see, you know, let's say like black representation being successful, like let's say like you said, like a, you know, box office or like a, you know, a black streamer with let's say 50,000 views or whatever. How does that make you feel to see those things?
It makes me feel great. Like,
How so? Help me understand that.
I understand the setbacks that these people have gone through, right? And I understand that they probably felt the same way as me, where they feel like pigeonholed or feel like the space isn't for them. And then they're able to come on and transcend that. So like I know they had to work really hard and they've probably been through it. And like, I mean, the amount of racist comments that I get in my chat, I can't imagine if you have 50,000 viewers, how much of that you're getting, you know? And so I just recognize how hard it can be. And so
I just
it
buzzed.
feels very, like, I feel very triumphant for them.
smelt
Like
it.
their
What
win
the
is also
fuck?
my win because like I get to see this,
Smelt it.
you know,
Oh,
black
man.
creator succeed.
So I'm almost noticing like some degree of like identification with this person. Like there's like
Yeah.
like I'm getting a strong sense of us
Yeah, absolutely.
And so their win is my win. I'm also kind of curious, can you tell us a little bit, like, have you been pigeonholed? Like, you've mentioned a couple of microaggression kind of comments, right? Like, you don't sound like a black girl and you're pretty for a black girl. Have there been particular times where you feel like you've been kind of, you know, pushed or forced to behave a particular way based on the color of your skin?
I definitely think pushed. Yes, I wouldn't say forced necessarily, because I don't think I've ever really like conformed to those ideas that are pushed upon me, except for when I was younger, because I was trying so hard to fit in, you know. But like, yeah, now I'm like, you know, you can think this way about me, but that doesn't mean that I have to act that way. But I definitely think, yeah, like in high school, I was, you know, I did sports. That's what I was like supposed to do. I didn't talk about gaming or my interest in it. Like, I would go home and play video games and not tell anyone, or like read comments and not tell anyone, that kind of thing, because it didn't feel like it was a space that was available for me. So in those points, yes, I definitely felt pigeonholed.
That's so interesting that you were like publicly into sports and privately into gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and were there particular experiences in middle school or high school that made you feel like fitting in was super important, or, you know, times where you kind of like had to learn that harsh lesson of like you need to maybe talk differently or straighten your hair or things like that?
I think like, sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so sorry, it was a weird abstract question. So let me ask a better one. So you said that you used to hate the way that you look.
Yeah.
So help me understand how you learned to hate the way you look.
I'm gonna die here.
I just learned it through,
but that's fine.
like, the fact that I was different, like always seeing people who look different than me, and like that's the beauty standard. So the girls who are considered the prettiest in school
to usage? That's a lot.
Absolutely nothing like me. So if I'm constantly being told like so and so is beautiful, and like that's, you know, everybody is, you know, interested in this girl or thinks she's the prettiest, and then I'm like, well, my hair doesn't look like her, my nose doesn't look like her, my lips don't, my skin doesn't, then it's like you just learn to not like the way that you look when you're the opposite of the beauty standard. But then yeah, also through the microaggressions, that definitely like helps with that for sure. And then on top of that, not only am I like getting it in my school, but I'm getting it in media too, like the prettiest celebrities or the people who are, you know, top stars or whatever. It can just be, yeah, hard to look around and not see anybody that looks like you.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is that it's not so much like you were made fun of or anything like that. Like you weren't like bullied because you were a black girl. It was more like, there's like clearly like everyone kind of agrees on what's good. Like who has the prettiest hair? Top 3, all of them have straight hair. Who's the prettiest girl in the class? All of the girls are white. You know, when you watch a movie, the heroine is usually a white girl.
Yeah.
You know? And even then, I mean, I'm kind of like noticing in media that, you know, you'll have people who go, like you'll have like a movie that's designed for a black audience, which will have a black heroine, but you won't have like a black heroine in like a regular movie, right? Like even there's like separation there, where there's like the regular, there are the movies for everyone, and then they're like the movies for the other people, and y'all get to be the prettiest over here.
Yes.
But you're not going to be the prettiest over here.
Exactly. That's another form of like that pigeonhole feeling. Like I'm supposed to watch those black movies to feel good. And like there's this whole, like I love that there is obviously this like black genre for us, by us, for us to watch, you know? But at the same time, it does like have that effect on you. It's like, well, you're only allowed space separate from what's mainstream.
Yeah. You get to be the prettiest in the special category.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, so, you know, I said I really, really appreciate your characterization, because I think that when I think about racism, what I just realized, and connect this into
What
now. But when I think about
if-
racism,
what
the way that I
if-
define it is by these things that are upvoted on
This is
Reddit.
switch and then you have
Right, like they're like
the
very
kind
overt
of switch and then turn
racism.
on and then
It's
do
like
that,
things
do
on like
that.
you know like people freaking out and like you know I'm
spike,
walking
extra
down the street
damage.
and someone starts calling
Dude,
me the
piecing
N-word or
damage is
whatever. Like,
not
people,
thing,
like, everyone's
though.
got cell phones, so you tape it, gets uploaded to the internet, gets
Yeah,
passed
it
around, everyone looks at oh like look at
seems
how bad
not
racism
that
is.
good here.
But what I'm kind of really appreciating from hearing you is that it is systemic, right? It's not like overt. I mean, there's that too.
Yeah.
But that you know there are young girls or boys
So,
who are growing up
I
in
think
these particular
of-
scenarios where like the rules of
Okay,
the
so
game are
this
set
has
in a
3
particular
to
way
activate,
that like
3 damage in
kind of
this is the
creates
support.
an experience for
Or
you,
this.
you know.
This
and so
extra,
how
extra
did you
damage,
start
3 damage
to
here, 2
not
times.
hate yourself or hate the way you look, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
But
when
this,
I really
there's no summon
started.
here.
I would say
So
maybe like after high
this
school.
is for the skill arts.
After high school, I went to college. I
It's 2 rounds
joined the Black Student
with
Union.
the skill other
albeit
than
my college
you and
was
me,
still mostly
with
white.
the skill.
But I definitely had the
So-
opportunity to surround myself, and I made the choice to surround myself with other Black people. And I finally felt like I found a community in that. And I saw the way
This
that
one have the
other people in that
weapon.
community had similar
You can have
experiences to me,
the-
but then other people in that community didn't have that at all. They like grew up in areas where they were always surrounded by black people, and they're just like, yeah, I love myself and I love my skin, and I see that and I'm like, wow, I want that so badly. Like, I'm tired of hating myself. I've done it for 18 years. Like, it's time to move on. And yeah, I just
That's a
kind
lot
of
of
made
damage.
a point of like faking it until I made it, you know? And then it was a really long journey. And I would say I'm 24 now. I didn't really like love myself until I was like 22, almost 23 probably. So the last year has been awesome, but you know, finding that was definitely hard.
Yeah, that's so interesting. So what I'm almost hearing is that, you know, when you join the Black Student Union, I may be simplifying this a bit, but like everyone there is like proud to be Black, and you had all these like feelings of being ashamed to be Black, but they're all proud to be Black. So you're going to pretend to be proud to be Black. And then internally maybe there was some degree of conflict, and then I like faking it till you make it. And then at some point you're like, oh, actually, like I can't take pride in this. That sounds really great.
Yeah.
Tree attack.
I think it highlights for me the
one for tree
importance,
attack.
or
That's
also
one for
how long
tree
it
less.
takes if you've grown up believing something. You know, how long it takes to start changing the way that you think, and how powerful of an influence you may need to kind of, you know, feel that way.
This one less, but
I'm
just
also super
nothing.
curious about how many people now in like Black student unions are secretly still partially ashamed of the way that they look or the way they feel. And you know, it's kind of interesting because it sounds like it's not a place that really voices those kinds of experiences, because we're all proud, you know, strong, independent Black woman.
Yeah, I wonder, I'm trying to think, did I ever feel like I couldn't share? I guess I put that on myself to feel like I couldn't share that. I'm sure everyone, I could have, yeah. I think we definitely could have had the conversation, but because I felt so much shame now for, instead of being a Black person, now I feel shame for being a Black person who's not proud to be a Black person. And so like, oh, I don't want to voice this either. I think I probably did that to myself.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I also think it's fascinating that when people talk about, you know, positive Black women, that they define them with the same 3 words every single time.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
It just creates another box. It creates an expectation. It puts me in a position where now I feel like if I
This is normal
don't
attack.
hit those expectations, those 3 words, then it's like, well, am I the right Black? Am I the right Black woman? And so it feels hard to do, but I think one of the things that I want to, like a mold that I want to break is that Black women are also sensitive, and you know all these other things that are opposite of the words that they're given the words with.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Curious, who makes that box?
Maybe draw a lot of cards.
I don't know. first thought is like media.
Jade Jumper.
You know, and there's like I think it's, I don't know what old
think
trend
I
it
made
is or if
that
it was a video or what it was, but it was like, I'm a strong, independent Black woman and blah, blah, blah. And it just kind of like stuck, you know, or like the aggressive or angry Black woman has just like stuck in media and it's like constantly represented that way, it feels like. And so I'm sure it's not just media, but off the top of my head, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, so I can kind of see how media would propagate it. Like what I'm noticing actually is that, and you know, let me know if
I don't know what the fuck
is
this do.
offensive in any way. But like what I'm noticing is actually like I think that the Black Student Union put you in a box too.
Right? That,
like
card.
Pride is what we have to feel. And I can understand why they would feel that way, because like you have to fight really hard for that pride.
Not sure if this is good or not. Hold on.
But it's kind of interesting because I sort of notice, and I know this is like shaky ground, but like a parallel in terms of you not feeling comfortable sharing your shame in that
Let's
situation.
try it though.
Because it wasn't like what was socially acceptable. Like, what do you think?
That's fine.
Yeah, that's why I definitely think it was like I had two opposite shames, but both are bad. I guess I kind of viewed one as equally worse because it dug me out of this like really deep hole, you know?
Yeah.
But essentially, it's the same thing.
Yeah, which is fascinating. There's so much about you that's very yin yang, in terms of, you know.
Yes.
Not to capture the color of the imagery, but like really, that's the term that I think of. It's not because you're half black and half white. It's because you're conflicted. You know.
It's just very fitting, though.
Yeah. Is that a microaggression or is that fair?
No, I think that's fair.
Okay. You gotta let me know if I microaggress, okay?
I'll do some shit.
That's fair. A joke I would have made for sure.
Okay. Yeah, so that's so Sid, I'm really noticing that, like, oh man, let me just think for a second. Because I'm feeling something. I just don't know what it is. Yeah, so I guess the main thing that I'm kind of noticing that has changed for you is that you felt uncomfortable with who you were. And then as you started to move in a direction towards like being more accepting of your black half, for lack of a better term, even then, like there are certain norms that are put on, like actually norms or boxes that I think, you know, black people put on other black people, that you have to be a particular way. And that, you know, I think it comes down to kind of the strong, independent black woman, which I always think it's so interesting that I just hear all three of those words. And it's like, you can't be, you know, degenerate, gamer, independent black woman.
Yes.
You know, like, but what, and what I'm not surprised that you left nursing school. Or not, sorry, left nursing as a career, because, and this is, I think, what I was kind of hitting on, is that you kind of said that in the last year you've learned to love yourself, and I don't think it's coincidental that you being able to love yourself and stepping away from maybe the path that the world has laid out for you and jumping towards a path that is actually like not easy, right? Like you're on an uphill battle there where, you know, when I mean, occasionally I'll get the racist comment when I stream. But, you know, it's not most of what I deal with, thankfully. Whereas, like, you're choosing to fight this somewhat uphill battle.
Can I do...
And, like, help me understand. I mean, is that fair to say that loving yourself and deciding to go full-time on Twitch, like, has some connection?
6, not a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I think
I don't have
because,
enough to do that.
You know, in loving myself, I've found this confidence that no matter what I do, like, I'm going to do it well. And I, like, truly believe in myself to make it work, and if it doesn't work, I know I can pivot, like that kind of thing. And that's, I think, a chance that I wouldn't have taken if I was still hating myself. I wouldn't have believed myself. I wouldn't have believed that I could have done it.
So that's so interesting. So like, how did you learn that?
I know, I'm trying to find a better answer for this.
No. That's what we're here for, right? Because I think here's the thing, Sid. What we see for you is somewhat of the finished product. Like, you told us a little bit about where you started, a little bit in the middle. But I think when it comes to people who gravitate towards Twitch, I think it's like people who, you know, there's a part of all of us that, like, is happy to be part of Twitch. but then we're also like ashamed because we're not like the other people.
Yeah.
And I think it would be so curious.
I don't think this is a good strat.
A little bit about how that confidence came
This is a
about,
really bad
like, where it
strat.
came from.
I think it helped because my parents were always really supportive of everything that I did. They always believed in me wholeheartedly. So that helped a lot if you're just like constantly being told, which I know not everybody experiences that, especially from their parents. So that's like one portion.
I feel like this is not the way.
Another is that I kept seeing things work out for me. Like I knew I had the work ethic to do it. You know, I just have the motivation to like get things done, and I had the work ethic and like those kind of things. Like I succeeded in like school and like anything that I put myself to,
this
I did
kind
well.
of bad.
So once you've seen it go well enough times, you kind of go, okay, this isn't just like a random one-off. Like I'm making this happen. Like I feel like I felt a lot of autonomy in the things that happened around me. So it wasn't
You the skill
any
before I
outside
die,
forces
though.
that made me successful. It was me that made me successful. And
The skill before I died.
guess
I can sacrifice
I just
one of
found
this.
confidence, or I found comfort in
get
knowing
by
that
enough,
everybody else around me has their own stuff.
I'm not
going
sure this is a good
on.
idea.
Like everyone else is worried about, you know, their meeting today, or they're also feeling insecure or whatever else. As soon as I could look around and be like, oh yeah, all these people around me are human beings too, and they all have their own struggles, it made me go, okay, my struggles are okay because everyone's going through it, essentially. I guess that helps too.
Oh, that's a beautiful answer. So there are a couple pieces of that I think are quite illustrative. Not that I'm like the ultimate judge on this, but one is that I think it's really interesting when you mention autonomy. That's not usually something that I hear when I ask people where their confidence came from. But it's such an interesting way to think about it, because I think people who lack confidence, I think ultimately believe that the world is going to determine what happens to them.
Yeah.
Right? It's sort of like, I don't have the power to change what the world is going to give me. Whereas people who are confident acknowledge that the world, kind of like you said, because at the beginning you were like, if I put my mind to anything, I'll succeed. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true. But then you kind of qualified that in a second, and you said, if I fail, I'll pivot.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key thing about autonomy, that even if you do kind of stumble, even if you do have a setback, that you actually have agency and that you can affect your future.
Yeah, this is not a good
So that's
team.
interesting, because when I talk to people who aren't confident, I don't hear that. You know, I hear people feeling kind of like fatalistic and like that they don't really have a choice and it's not in their control, or that nothing is in their control, or there is not enough in their control.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that I think a lot of people who are not confident compare their insides to other people's outsides. So they compare the way that they feel to what they see other people doing.
Yeah.
And my favorite example of this is like class presentations. Everyone is nervous. No one looks
Yeah.
nervous. You know?
Yes.
But I'm really, I think it's really interesting to see that you sort of realize that, like, you know, we're all struggling here.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's okay to struggle, which is cool. Can I ask you a question that may be like a little bit... I feel like there's a positive vibing, right? Like we're talking like, oh my God, like, Sid, like, you're so brave. Like, you've grown into a strong, independent black woman. You're breaking barriers on Twitter. Like, all that's true, right? It's like, I'm with you. And I genuinely feel that excitement and pride. But I want to ask you something that I just really struggle with as a medical professional. And as someone, and I'm going to lean on you for expertise here, okay?
Okay.
Can I do that? Can we do that? Or you want to stay safe? Like,
no,
is it going to be like cheerleading?
We do not need to stay safe here. It's okay.
So this is something I really struggle with. So like, I know there are people who get discriminated
Oh,
against.
guys, I have to go
I
to
accept
get some
all of that.
stuff.
You know, I've faced
So
a fair amount of racism myself.
and early today,
Interestingly enough, I also have like positive racism.
I can
which is
start
kinda
another
weird.
stream
Like, I get
after I get back,
stereotyped. Like,
though.
I remember when I was in med school, I would have female black colleagues.
yeah, I can
who,
start
when we
another
wue
stream
all
later.
doctors, people would refer to them as
Sometime in the
nurses.
evening.
And when I was like
with
a first year
art.
medical student in my suit and tie, everyone thought I was a doctor because I was Indian.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's, you know, so like I even have the benefits in some ways of you know, being brown. But what I really struggle with as a medical professional is like fat acceptance. Like, what do you think about that? Like, can you help me understand how you view sort of like the fat shaming, fat acceptance movement?
Yeah, I guess it's interesting for me because I don't necessarily have direct experience, right? So I can empathize, sympathize, try my best to understand what, people who have experienced fat shaming have gone through, but I myself haven't because I have the privilege opposite of that.
Maybe. Okay, I will finish the last one, and then after that, I have to go and
movement. I guess I'm
get some stuff.
Always going to support people who are like healthy and feel good about themselves, right? So, like, if you're someone who has been discriminated against your entire life because of your body, but you feel healthy in yourself and you're happy with the way that you look, and like you've like worked so hard to accept yourself, I'm going to be appreciative of your acceptance. And like, I'm proud of you for that, of course. And then if you are in a different direction and you're like, I want to lose weight, like people in my family have struggled with this. So I've like seen kind of firsthand the struggle, but I've never experienced. So it's kind of hard to say, but like in watching my family go through like the weight loss, acceptance, that kind of thing, it's like, you can try so hard and it can be one of those uphill battles all the time to lose weight, and then eventually you can get to a point where it's like, I'm happy with where I'm at, then I'm like proud of that too. I guess my thing, I'm like really dancing around an answer because it's so hard to say when you don't really know, but I just want to be supportive, I guess, of like whatever journey it is. If it's a self-acceptance journey, I'm supportive of that. If it's a weight loss journey, I'm supportive of that.
So
I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, you did. Was it okay that I asked it, or is that like too much of a,
No, I think it's fine. I mean, like my goal coming on here today was to be super open and candid. So I'm happy to talk about whatever.
Yeah, so I really thank you so much for engaging in the conversation, because I think it's like, just as someone who's faced a lot of discrimination, and as you were kind of talking about, like I can understand a lot of aspects of that perspective.
Yeah.
In terms of having a particular beauty standard, right? So like when you think about a beauty standard, like it's not equal in terms of body types. And there's actually like, there's research that started 100 years ago that human beings basically have 3 body types, and that all 3 are like normal variants within the population. There's an ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. And endomorph is what we call big boned. Ectomorph is what we call like, people who have a fast metabolism. They can like eat whatever they want to and they kind of won't gain weight. And then mesomorph, it tends to be what most of our male actors are, in terms of they're like, muscular, don't have too much fat, but aren't too skinny. So there's definitely like standards within these 3 biological
I can one-hit people with that. This 7.
I can kind of get behind
that.
If I get that,
I can just one-hit them.
What I'm really curious about is when you say like healthy.
I mean,
like you say that, you can support anyone in their journey, which is what I try to do.
Yeah.
So I try to just, meet people where they're at and support them in terms of like self-acceptance and stuff. But I'm curious, like, what when you use the word,
I just one-hit
healthy. What does that mean?
With that, if I have enough energy,
fat shaming or
just one-hit people with Chongyun. Right away.
So I used to work at an eating disorder clinic actually when I was in nursing school, and I got to see a lot of
and
people
Electro
who were
might work.
mentally unhealthy because of the things that they had experienced, right? So like a lot of these eating disorders were like a product of their environment, and like you're like being told this your entire life, or you're in sports or whatever, and this that about your weight, and like that's really mentally unhealthy, which obviously affects your physical self. And so to me, I'm like, if you are working towards being mentally and physically healthy, like that's what's important. Like if accepting your weight and feeling comfortable where you are improves your mental health, it's they kind of like go hand in hand. And so for me, it's like that is health. Like you feel good about your weight, you're accepting of it, like you're managing it,
and take
that
one
kind of thing.
and switch.
And when I say managing, I just mean like you've like
yeah, that is the way.
I don't want to say that in order to be healthy, you have to like eat less or work out more, but like, you know, you're just like eating well, you're feeding your body what it needs, I guess. And so that might be more for one person than it is for the other person, and that's still healthy for them because that's what they need. Does that make sense?
I'm getting the sense
Did
that
I
you're
ramble?
trying to... No, it's okay. Like I like this is why I was honestly asking for permission, because I recognize I may have just dropped you off in a minefield, Sid.
Well, it's not necessarily that. It's just I'm not well versed on this at all. You know,
Sure.
like in terms of like my time at the eating disorder clinic is like I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. So when it comes to, you know, being overweight, I have only seen it in like my family. And so yeah, definitely I am trying to be careful because I don't want any of my ideas to be misconstrued.
Sure.
And ultimately for me, it's just about, is the individual happy with where they are? Do they feel mentally healthy and do they feel good about their body? If so, awesome. If not, I would be happy to like help support someone to get there.
So let me make sure I understand you, because I want to acknowledge this too. So here we are, two people who have body types that, generally speaking, are more acceptable in society, that conform, generally speaking, to, you know, a beauty standard that society has, and we're commenting about the experience of people that we're not. It's like, you know, two old white men talking about what it's like to be a young black woman. Right.
Yeah.
So let's just acknowledge that. And I appreciate that acknowledgement. Part of the reason that I actually asked you is because actually we're both separate from it. So I'm really curious because you have lived through, I think, some of the things that are similar to what these people face. And so that's why I was kind of curious about, because I'm never going to, just like you said, I'm never going to, maybe I will, but, you know, I've already grown up being an ectomorphic body type. So like throughout high school and stuff, I was like super skinny. Now I have like a solid dad bod, which is like, you know, that's just where I am now. But, you know, and maybe there's some amount of acceptance there and appreciation that I've got a dad bod. But,
3 for 7.
you know, like, I really appreciate your carefulness and your stating very clearly that you don't know what it's like to live in that person's shoes. And that's actually why I really also appreciate what you said, which is sort of like, it's not about kind of an objective right or wrong. It's about supporting someone in their journey and kind of trying to help them get to the goals where they want to go, right? And which I'm with 100%. And this is something that, much like you, I've worked with eating disordered patients. And the challenge there, though, is that I noticed you kind of said like mental health, and you said like acceptance.
Wait,
but
Chongyun can just do it himself.
You kind of will tiptoe out, and so I'm going to pin you down a little bit with all those caveats, okay? So you kind of said like, you know, if they're eating food that is what their body needs, and to recognize that
Chongyun can do it
people have different
himself.
caloric
He don't need
requirements and things like that. I
for
think
this
like,
one.
you know, professional like Olympic swimmers will eat like 9,000 calories a day or something ridiculous, because that's just what their body needs. But what about for people who aren't eating food that's physically healthy?
In terms of like junk food?
Sure. Or excessive calories.
Yeah. I mean, I can't be one to say like you should or shouldn't do that, right? It's not my job. I'm not their doctor or their nutritionist or whatever. But as like, I guess if it were my friend who was eating in an unhealthy manner, I definitely think it kind of depends on what relationship I have with that person. But of course, like if I could be there to help, if they want to have a more healthy lifestyle, then I'm like happy to be there supporting that kind of thing. But I also know that it's really hard to like force someone to do something that they don't want to do, you know? And I'm not going to try and be like, oh, well, you should eat less, or you should eat healthier, you should come to the gym with me, or like those kind of things, you know, because unless they've explicitly asked for that kind of support, I'm not going to force that on them.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I really am grateful that you're talking about this, because I think it's helped me
this is
how I'm
not
going
looking
to
good
work
for
with
me.
some people that I, you know, have
Next time I can kill one of them.
clinical capacity.
Maybe.
So here's the kind of key takeaway that I have, which makes so much sense. Because I think with eating disorders, you know, we sort of have an objective right
Maybe.
that we're
This is
shooting towards
close.
as medical professionals.
It's really close.
Kind of independent of their particular views. And that's
Yeah.
why I get really kind of confused about how to handle fat shaming versus fat acceptance, because I can acknowledge a lot that, you know, there are unfair beauty standards and things like that. So I'm there. And at the same time, you know, one of the most devastating things I could say in this kind of situation is that fat acceptance and fat shaming, it can be correlated with an eating disorder, right?
Yeah.
So to say, take this journey of acceptance and pathologize it and say, you're sick.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think after talking to you, I now understand that I think it's kind of irrelevant, that really the goal is to accept, because this is what I do with people who do have eating disorders, is, you know, you accept them for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of see what they're willing to do, what they're interested in doing. You kind of, as a treater, I try to align my goals. I don't determine goals for my patients. I align my goals based on what they want, and kind of accept them for who they are and where they are, and then, you know, offer an opinion maybe, but like not to say that that's, you know, I mean, it's
this
kind of
is
objectively
not
right in
good
some situations.
for
like
me.
sometimes when I'm working with like hospitalized people who like, you know,
It's not looking good,
stages of
bro.
starvation and stuff. But even then, usually in those cases, the more that I can accept where they are and what their goals are, the more effective treatment is.
Absolutely. I think like patients feel really supported too when that's done. Like, when you're accepting and listening of
Yeah,
what they
I'm
want.
fucked. I fucked up.
And I know it sounds kind of weird, but sometimes what the conversation turns into is like, there are medical consequences to your decision, but you are actually allowed to make those medical consequences, right? It's your choice. And if this is the life that you want to live, whether it's an alcoholic who's got, you know, fatty liver disease, or a smoker who's, you know, well on their way to emphysema, people get to make choices, and they get to make choices that can damage their body. And if that's the life that they want to live, and now I recognize I'm doing it again because suddenly I'm lumping in
Oh,
fat
man, I
shaming and
fucked-
fat acceptance.
I
with, like,
fucked
smoking
up
and things
so
like that.
bad
That's something I
there.
try to avoid. But
fucked up so
I do
bad
think that
there,
or
bro.
eating fast food, let's say, you know, which is something I'm guilty of from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you so much for kind of taking that tangent. And,
Yeah, of
and
course.
helping. I feel like I understand it a lot better. Yeah, cool. So do you want to talk about imposter syndrome or any questions, or what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I'm pretty open to anything. I have like seen you chat about imposter syndrome before, so if you're like totally sick of it, we could talk about something else too. But it's, you know, I think ails a lot of streamers. So
Yeah. So tell me about imposter syndrome. Why do you think that you have imposter syndrome?
I think part of it is like I never expected myself to be here, and I kind of like always thought I was going to be doing something in the medical field or science, you know, and then to kind of like switch it so quickly.
It's never
so
too
hard.
late.
Yeah, well, it is never too late. And that's, you know, that's part of my pivot that I was talking about earlier is like, I have, you know, I'm here and I'm doing this, but if it ever comes to it, I'll just, you know, pivot to nursing and whatever. But yeah, I just always thought one thing for myself and then to switch and have another that you're kind of like given this idea that you need to dream about whatever it is you're going to do. And you're going to need to work so hard in school, like most of your life to get where you will be as an adult. Right. But like, I didn't spend 10 years streaming and like building this craft or whatever it is. And so to be where I am now kind of feels like, well, I didn't work that hard, where obviously I did. You have to work hard to like stream for the most part.
Sid, what do you deserve?
Well, I feel like I don't deserve most of the things that I have, but I think that other people, like my friends and my family, would look at me and say that I deserve it, which is why I try and like reframe my brain to think so. But it's just hard to feel deserving of the life that I get to live now, like that I get to wake up and do something that I love every day and be a part of such a cool community and like those kind of things. It doesn't necessarily feel like I get really awesome opportunities, and when they're brought to me, I'm like, why is this for me? Like, why are you bringing this to me? Or what did I do? You know?
Okay.
Which whenever I say it, it obviously like sounds really silly, but it's just like one of those things in the back of your head that you have to like work through all the time.
Why does it sound silly?
I don't know. I guess like when I say it to friends or people around me, they're always like, well, you can't, you know, You can't say that about yourself, or you are deserving of what you've done. Like, you've worked really hard. And so if people are constantly telling you the opposite, then you feel really silly for thinking those things. Or I feel really silly for thinking.
Yeah, so let me ask you, when, are your friends accepting you in that moment?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
I would disagree.
I think I don't think they're trying to tell me that I'm being silly. I think that they're trying to combat those negative feelings that I have.
Yeah, so are they accepting you? Or are they combating you?
Okay, fair enough.
Interesting, right?
Yeah. I guess that's the way that I deal with it too when my friends come to me. So then I'm like, oh, well, I'm doing it wrong too. Because to me, if a friend comes and is like, oh, I don't think I deserve this opportunity, I'm like, well, no, of course you do. Like, you worked so hard for this and like blah, blah, blah. And that's always felt like the right thing.
Yeah. So now this is great because we're back in the Black Student Union.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, like everyone deserves it, man. Like, oh, we work so hard. Like, you're strong and you're independent and you've worked so hard. You absolutely deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're crazy for thinking that you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Now, hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've done this before. This is your strategy, Sid. You
Yeah.
fake it till you make it. You're going to have this internal struggle where a bunch of people are going to tell you deserve to be proud, and eventually they'll convince you, and eventually you'll understand it for yourself and all that kind of good stuff. Like, I think it's good. I think it's normal, right? They're trying to be supportive. They care about you.
Yeah.
I don't think they have negative intentions.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I don't think they're accepting you. I know it's kind of weird. Because, like, and this is where I'd kind of ask, like, do people get what they deserve?
Sometimes I'm sure. Other times I'm sure not.
And so it's kind of interesting because if you're saying, if the structure of your imposter syndrome is I don't deserve this, there are two things. One is you can convince yourself that you deserve it, or you can say, so what? Why do you need to deserve it? Like, why can't you just, like, I don't deserve, honestly, Sid, just between me and you, I don't deserve 90% of what I've got. Like, I really don't. And I don't think I say that out of, like, shame. I think it's just true. Like, my kids are amazing. Like, I have not done that much good in the universe to deserve having my kids. In fact, I don't even deserve the professional success that I have, to be honest. I fucked up royally. Like, most people fuck up really royally until the age of 26 and 27, and they don't get to wind up where I am. I don't think I actually deserve it. I think I'm lucky. What do you think about that?
I have questions.
Good.
One, I'm curious if, like, does that feel like you're discrediting yourself?
No, I think it's
the things that you've done.
No, I think it's actually accurately crediting myself. So I think that the credit that I deserve is the effort that I put in. It's not the outcome. It's not the success. What I get credit for is applying to medical school 3 times in a row and not giving up. But the third time, if I didn't get in, I mean, I didn't get in the first 2 times. So, like, I don't think I deserve to get in the third time. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah.
So you're...
Yeah, I had another question, but now I can't really remember it, so...
Okay. So I know it's kind of a weird way of thinking, because it's clear to me you've done a lot, and I think your strategy will work. People will eventually convince you that you deserve it.
Yeah.
If you keep getting brainwashed, it'll happen. And then you'll have another... worked once, it'll work again.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I know it sounds kind of weird, but, like, if you get something that you deserve, I know it's weird, but it's like, in a weird way, it's hard to feel grateful for it. And if we think about where resentment comes from, it's not getting what you deserve. So I would say, oddly enough, like, we can try to convince you, like, oh, like, Sid, you're a strong Black woman, like, you deserve it, like, the world has denied it to you, and you've worked so hard, and, like, you absolutely deserve your sister. Like, I'm totally fine with that line of reasoning. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
I think but I think even if you don't deserve what you have, like, you can still be grateful for it and be like, I lucked out. That's a pass for me. I'm gonna try to help other people, and like there are people who have been, you know, transformative in my life, and like people who inspired me to become a Twitch streamer. I actually don't deserve the success I have on Twitch, but I'll take it. I'll be grateful for it, and I'll try to make the world a better place with the platform that I have. What do you think about that?
I think that particular reasoning is so hard for me to kind of break what I've told myself my entire life in terms of like autonomy. You know how we spoke about it earlier? It's like very much like, well, if I want to get somewhere, I have the power to do that, you know? So then the whole like luck thing is really hard to fit into this idea that I've always had, you know? And I'm not saying that I'm opposed to it. I'm absolutely not opposed to it all. Super open-minded to those type of things. It's just more like I'm going against the grain in thinking that way. Or it's a little bit harder for me to think that way, which I'm willing to do.
Love it, love it. So here's what I love so much about your response. So generally speaking, if we think about growth is actually stepping away from the things that we used to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So like, it's kind of, I mean, I'm sure that sort of makes sense, but a lot of times like growth is people, and this is kind of what we've, you know, what I've seen in people who are successful is that what gets them to their point of success becomes maladaptive at some point. And that as people continue to like grow and become more successful, they have to let go of the things that got them there, which is terrifying. So one of my supervisors once told me that growing up is literally giving up what used to work. So I'm with you that at some point you had to sort of discover that confidence comes from autonomy. But I think actually we can squeeze it in. We don't want to talk about luck, but like, you know, I think there's some philosophy here, but I think the key thing here is I think what you have autonomy in is your choices, not the outcomes. What do you think about that?
I agree. I feel like my choices like dictate the outcomes, you know, like it's like a causal relationship, which is not necessarily true. Sometimes I can work so hard and nothing will come of it, or I can work really hard and something will come of it, you know. It really can go other ways. It's just easier for me to think that like if I work really hard, then it's going to be really great, you know?
There you go. That's the problem. And you've just figured it out.
Yeah.
Your mind chooses the easy route because otherwise the world is a fucking terrifying place.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
The idea that it's out of my control really is terrifying.
Yeah. But let me explain something to you, Sid. You know, I'm not that, I don't really understand this stuff. Maybe you can go ask an actually successful Twitch streamer. But I would argue that you actually can't control who shows up when you stream.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're saying success means like how many people are watching, you can't control that. All you can control is like clicking the go live button. What you're wearing, you can control. What you play, you can control. What you say, you can control. The attitude that you bring, you can control. But you can't control who shows up.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely a terrifying way to think about life, because what I'm asking you to do is actually not surrender your autonomy, technically. Because you still have choice, but you don't, you get to, you know, if you're crushing on someone and you ask them out, that you get to control. Whether they say yes or not, you don't deserve. And if you want to understand half the resentment of the internet, it's crushing on someone and, you know, not getting the answer that they want, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you. I'm happy to hear that you're saying, you know, I don't quite accept that. Like, I'm not ready. Like, I'm open to it, but I'm not willing, which is great. I don't think you should accept it. I think you should think about it.
Yeah. No, I definitely think I am thinking about it. I guess one of my things, and like I hate to use the term, but I would definitely consider myself a control freak. And so I work really hard. Like say that situation where it's like I'm crushing on someone, I would not say anything until I knew that the answer was like 99% gonna be yes. And if I knew it was 99% gonna be no, I wouldn't say anything. So I like put myself in positions where the risk is really low. And I've like pretty much always lived my life that way until it came to jumping into streaming. That's like the riskiest choice I've ever made, for sure. And it feels like the only one.
And what was your experience of jumping into streaming?
It worked out fantastically. Obviously there's like lots of, you know, downsides to streaming and whatever else, but like I'm the happiest I've ever been. So I took a risk and it really worked out.
But Sid, it could have failed.
It could have.
It's still, but then why would you do that?
I guess because I was, I don't know if I was confident. I guess it was just like, no matter what, I'm going to be okay. Even if it fails, I know I can do something else.
But what
or
about
I've
the
prepared
99%?
myself.
Like,
well, I don't know. It went out the window for that one decision. For that one
Oh.
singular decision, I just left it up to chance.
And what do you think about using that strategy again? Was that just a one-off, or you think maybe
It sounds
you should...
terrifying.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. I don't want to do it again. It happened this one time. There's no way it happens twice.
Ah, you lucked out.
Yeah, I might have.
Ah. Right? So, because you certainly didn't deserve it. Right?
It doesn't feel like it, no.
Yeah.
To my standards, it doesn't feel like it.
And I know it sound kind of weird, right? I
Mhm.
agree with you. You don't deserve it. I don't think you deserve success on Twitch. I think what you're entitled to is what you choose to do. So I don't applaud if you want me to cheer for you and you want me to say you go girl, I'm not going to say it because you're successful on Twitch. I'll say it because you decided to step away from nursing and hit the go live button. For that, I'm 100% in your corner. Whether people show up or not is like, that's not up to you.
Yeah.
And so what I judge you for, what I value you for, what I respect you for is not your success. It's for your choices. What do you think about that?
I think it feels good because so much of the way that we are taught to value people in this society is based off of success. So to be valued off of something else feels good.
But then
As
lose
counterintuitive as it
again.
may seem,
No.
like, oh, you told me that I don't deserve this, you know, I'm sure chat, D-colon,
It
what
is
the
so
heck,
bad.
whatever, you know? But ultimately, like, you're saying that you're
Okay, I'm dead.
proud of me for doing something outside
I
of my
said I'm gonna
comfort zone,
dead.
for taking that risk, whatever it is, rather than like proud of
I
the
die
success,
now, man.
which
Ah,
is good, because I had autonomy in the choices that I made, but no autonomy in the success.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
And so then now we have to talk about the fun stuff, which is like, so you don't have to answer this if you don't
Why am I
want
so
to.
bad, though?
You know, since you mentioned that you're not going to ask someone out until you're 99% sure they're going to say yes. You know, are you in a relationship right now? Do you feel comfortable answering that?
I'm not. I'm seeing someone. Yes.
Okay. So, like, is it okay if we talk a little bit about, and you can say no.
Okay, how the fuck?
So maybe I should say
I just haven't told my
Why
chat,
is this
so if my
so
chat's in here
weird?
and they're like, "Girl," so that's all.
No, I'm not so concerned about the details of your personal life. What I think
Why
is a
did I
really
fucked
good,
up?
what I think is useful is that
I can
rigging
freeze the
odds in
shit
your
out of
favor.
them?
Because when it comes to romantic interactions, boy, do we do that.
Wait.
And what I want to have a conversation about is like not so much the details of what's going on, but like what was in your head in that process of like approaching in early phases. How did you try to stack the deck? Why does the deck need to be stacked? Why do you have to wait until 99% to like shoot your shot?
Because I'm terrified of rejection.
Okay. But what does that mean?
That means that, like, literally worst case scenario, this person is not as interested in me as I am in them or whatever else, and that would put me in shambles. So
How does that put you in shambles?
I don't know, because I just don't
Yeah, I draw and draw.
I know not to take it
sword.
personally, right? Like, it's probably
You don't?
well
This was
I don't know
serious.
how to explain it. Like, it doesn't feel good. No one likes to be rejected, right? It doesn't feel good to be rejected. So I don't
you
want to
go.
be rejected.
There you go. But
Yeah.
don't feed me that line of bullshit that you were going down a second ago.
Well, what the thing that I like try and tell myself is like,
There it
if
is.
someone rejects me, it's not a me thing. It's because it's like wrong time or like whatever else, you know, unless someone is like explicitly like, I don't want to date you because XYZ, then obviously I'm like, okay, this is a me thing and whatever. But in a way to cope with rejection.
Hold on. So
Mhm.
if someone says it's a you thing, how would you feel?
I would be like, damn, that really sucks. now I need to take a look at like why XYZ is so bad, or I didn't know XYZ, so let's fix XYZ if I think it needs to be fixed. If it's someone like, I don't like the way you organize your shoes, and like whatever, like okay, whatever. But if it's a really valid reason that someone doesn't like me, then
just think about what you said, because that's brilliant, right? So you're saying like, if I get the fear of getting rejected, I'm gonna assume it's gonna feel personal. But if someone actually told you no, and it's because of something personal, your response to that is fucking crushing it, dude. It's like, I'm gonna do some introspection. I'm gonna see like, is this something I actually want to change? You're not actually gonna wind up in shambles if someone personally rejects you.
Yeah, I guess it would still suck though. Like
Yes.
it would feel really bad.
I'm with you that it'll feel bad, but I also want to point out that if someone actually rejected you as a person, I think you're gonna handle it bizarrely well.
Yeah, I would explore those feelings. Like, why is it something that's valid? Do I agree? Should I be working on this? Whatever else.
Yeah, which doesn't sound like shambles to me. Now, I'm not doubting that you'll wind up in shambles. We'll get there in a second. You will wind up in shambles. But let's just understand that if the scenario that you are so afraid of actually does happen, I think you'll actually handle it pretty well.
Yeah, I'd be all right.
But if you get rejected, you'll wind up in shambles, and we'll get to that. That all has to do with self-confidence and imposter syndrome and all that crap.
Okay.
We'll get there in a second. But can we acknowledge for a second that instead of feeding me the line of BS, which is like, oh, like, don't take it personally. No, you'd like, if you did take it personally, if someone said, this is a you thing, you would actually introspect, you'd pivot. It's actually what makes you awesome, right? You'd like come out of that kind of badass because you're someone who takes feedback and works on yourself, and you try to like be a good person and all that shit. You know, so that's good. So if someone, you know, with a particular person, like, what is the thought of someone saying no? Like, how does that make you feel?
I mean, yeah, I guess I would take it personally, because, yeah, it's probably a me thing. But I that's also expecting someone to tell me. Like, a lot of people just say random bullshit, right? Like, I am expecting that person to be like, yeah, this isn't going to work out because blank, you know? Whereas I feel like a lot of the time people are like, this isn't going to work out. And then I'm sitting there like, well, why isn't it going to work out? What did I do? And it's like this really deep, dark, ugly hole that I don't want to go down.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere, right? So when someone doesn't give you a reason, when there's a question mark, what does your mind do?
Oh, I would be haunted for like years to come.
Okay. So let's think about that for a second. So, like, this is going to be kind of weird, okay, Sid? Because we're... Okay. Where does your mind know how to fill in that question mark?
Is...
Like, where does it... You know, because it could be, like...
Okay. This
you know,
this
like,
could work.
when we are faced with a question mark in life, our mind supplies us with answers.
Yeah.
Okay, where
does all that
we
stuff come from?
start?
Like, what kind of thoughts do you have?
It would be stuff that I've seen in, like, TV or movies. It would be like what I've seen happen in my, like, with my friends or with my family, or like reasons why, you know, they've been dumped or whatever.
Tell me. I mean, don't, you know, no violating of privacy or anything, but tell me, what does that actually look like?
Yeah, so I guess I've seen like so I watch a shit ton of reality TV shows, specifically dating ones. Okay. It is my vice. It is my vice. Love Island binges for 12 hours at a time, okay? So the disappointment in your face. But like, I'll see people are like, yeah, it's not gonna work out because you are too hot-headed or something like that, right? Then I'm like, oh my God, am I too hot-headed? I know that's not true. So what's the next one? Is it because I'm not emotionally available? Well, that very well might be true. So I would assume something like that. Or I am not vulnerable enough. Is like, okay, now I'm just like telling you my relationship fears. I'm scared. Yeah, I'm not vulnerable enough with my partner. Or something like, I'm really scared to be boring. I'm really scared to bore my partner.
Okay. So now we're getting some.
Yeah.
So good job. You're telling me your emotional fears.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with the reason they rejected you. what your mind fills in is
Trees
coming from
usage.
you. Right? So why do we fear failure? Because here's the thing. If you stack the odds in your favor and they say yes, what happens to all your doubts about your emotional availability and you're scared to be boring and all that crap? They say yes, what happens to all those insecurities?
I mean, they're definitely still there.
You're
They're
damn
just kind
right
of
they
like
are.
subsided for the moment that they're like, yeah.
Damn right. And then if I'm just gonna assume a heteronormative perspective for a moment. So like if you text him over a weekend and he doesn't respond, what happens to those dormant fears?
They just pop right back up.
There we go.
Yeah.
So when you stack the odds in your favor and you trick them into saying yes, in the back of your mind,
I forgot.
We're gonna put on this act.
No, I
We're gonna
forgot.
look at you,
Oh,
like, in the
man,
first
ah,
30 seconds, what did I
shit.
say about you? Look at how lively you are.
Ah, fuck.
Heaven
Hold on.
forbid you appear to be boring.
I forgot
Oh
to use
my
the
goodness.
skill. Ah.
And so as long as you like stack the odds in your favor, I know this is kind of weird, but you're actually hamstringing yourself in terms of developing confidence.
Fuck,
Because if
man.
you put on this show and you like work extra hard to not be you, because heaven forbid they see all that
Shit.
ugliness on the inside. So I'm going to put on this act. I'm going to make
Okay,
sure
I
that
have
this person's
this,
going to
I
say
have
yes.
that.
But then it's tricky because like
Have
when you
this
say
as
you're kind of
well.
not emotionally available, I think it sounds like what you're not comfortable doing is being vulnerable in a relationship.
Yeah.
And
Start
then,
from here.
you know, I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but it feels like it's in the right direction.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
it does for me too. Yes.
I feel like I should give you some kind of answer instead of just make you feel naked on stream. Hold
No,
on
no,
a
no.
second.
It's okay. It's okay.
I will help you. Just give me a second.
Fair enough.
I ended up, so this is the problem when I tend to be right, is like usually when I'm wrong, I can ask more questions.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say things and it seems to be right, I like hit the end of the train like way too quickly. So you got to give me a second.
Yeah.
Any thoughts or questions about this?
No, I
I'm gonna
guess
freeze the
it's
shit out
like,
of them next turn.
Yeah, one of those, you pulled the tablecloth out and like everything kind of shattered. Not really, not in a bad way, but just sort of like, oh yeah, well these insecurities are my own and I'm projecting them into like the way that I handle relationships, or like these fears are never going to go away no matter how much validation I get from my partner. It's like a band-aid. It feels like a band-aid.
Okay, now we're gonna, no, they will go away. They're absolutely.
Okay.
But what you need to get from your partner is not validation.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing, like what you need to get, here's the problem. You can't, if you're tricking someone into falling in love with you, Sid, stacking the odds 99% in your favor. You're gonna do your hair cute, you're gonna look cute, and it's gonna be great, and like he's not gonna know what hit him. Like all that stuff is fantastic. But then the problem is that like you can never have confidence that he's into you. Right? Because it's the odds stacked in your favor. Because you've compensated in your mind, the more you stack the odds in your favor, the more you're compensating for all the negative stuff. And so if he says yes, why did he say yes? Is it because of the way that you stack the odds? Or is it because... Does that make sense?
Yeah. I guess one thing that I do want to say is like the whole stacking the odds in the favor thing feels very preliminary for me. Like once I'm past that initial, like I'm equally, like I'm interested in this person and that they're equally interested in me, like that stuff kind of goes out the window. But I also feel like everybody puts on their best face when they're like beginning dating someone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying like,
makes sense.
You know, be slovenly. You go out. You know,
I can freeze the shit out of them.
That's a really good point. So like what happens is you start to stack the odds in your favor, right? Like they say yes, now you feel reassured. You can show them a little bit more. And then we get to your other fears, which is like you're not emotionally available. You're scared to be bored. And, you know, whatever. And so then I think the next thing is that if we like talk about relationships and if you're dating someone, at some point you're going to have like level 2 of that thing. I don't know how else to put it. But you're going to have an opportunity to stack the odds in your favor and not show something. Or
I don't need to
be vulnerable for a moment and give the other person
I
a
don't need
chance to
that.
accept or
I have
reject.
the Baiman here.
And the confidence comes when you actually like put yourself out there and give him a chance to
do
reject.
this. And it's you this to
Right, so,
switch,
like,
then it fish the shit out of him.
and that can be incredibly terrifying because
Yeah.
you don't actually know, like, you know, the thought.
But I switch
that
back. I switch back
you'll
to
be
Mona and
rejected
switch
for
back
all of
later
these things
to
that
freeze
you,
more.
because you're afraid, right? And you don't
Right,
ever
right,
want to
right.
give yourself a situation where you will be proved correct. Because right now you've got doubt on your side, baby. You could be wrong. It's all my fucking insecurities. Thank
And
God.
then I still
it's
have
not
the-
real. It's just my insecurities.
You have
But
the-
if you ever take a chance and it turns out that your insecurities are real, then you're SOL. With me?
Yeah.
So it's the trickiest thing in the world, but like we can never, like, this is what paralyzes people, is that the insecurities that we have, we never really give people an authentic chance to, like, it's not about validation. It's about
Just
like
take the
testing them.
shit out of him.
And instead, when you tell your friends, all they're going to do is reassure you. But what does that do to your your insecurities?
It's like the Band-Aid fix again.
Yep.
That's a
And they'll come
fast
back.
action.
And so when I asked you about developing confidence, when you say fake it till you make it, like, I think you made like, there's something very real there. I don't think they just convinced you. I think that on some way there is conditioning, right? So they started to tell you particular things. And this is where, you know, honestly, if I hope I can authentically be like,
I
oh
have
my
to
God, you're
switch.
Because this is where there may be a real
Fuck, I
thing
forgot.
going on. Which is that if
Yeah.
your mind, like, I know it sounds weird, but we do get conditioned by what we're exposed to. So in the case of Black Student, you
Oh,
you
man, I
exposed to
forgot.
like tons of like positive language. And so you started to like really test it for yourself. I don't actually think that dating, I mean, I would be curious, but I don't think it's really the dating show's fault. But I would be curious if you kind of cut back on the dating shows, or you even acknowledge that this is the
man.
dating show talking, and see
So
its effect on your
bad.
mind, whether that would help. But those things don't
Yeah.
even approximate reality, right? I mean,
No,
when you watch
know.
Okay,
no.
yeah. Okay.
No, it's all bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, it's stuff that I've always watched, though. Like, even when I was
You're
younger,
gonna kill me if
I
I
watched,
stay
like,
here.
I don't know, Next and Parental Control and, like, all of that garbage. So it's hard for me to say the take that I would have on relationships if I wasn't watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say,
I should have
the more that I
swapped
think about it, the
before.
more I think I'm just kind
I
of.
had to swap back.
I don't really think. I mean, because it sounds like your insecurities are based on real experiences, actually, which is what they usually are.
Yeah.
Like, as you know,
Yeah.
because something tells me that you know
Okay,
being
I guess
emotionally
respect again.
unavailable is not like what they demonstrate on dating shows.
Yeah, I guess sometimes, like, when I see, there's definitely, like, a season that I was watching with my friends, and there was this girl who, like, could not share her feelings. I was like, oh my God, like, my friends were like, oh, look, it's you, like, those kind of things, and it's like, yeah, that's me. But it is an experience that I've had on my own in dating, and then it's like, you just see it in someone else, and you're like, oh, that's how I act. That's crazy.
Ah, so maybe this is a chicken or egg issue. Because maybe it's not the dating shows that condition you, but maybe it's your own. Because that's why we watch Twitch, right? That's why people actually watch this channel. It's because the people on here are like representations of what we ourselves experience.
Yeah.
So So now I think if we want to try to make this productive, because now for some reason I'm feeling bad. I'm not quite sure why. But so I want to try to help you be more emotionally available. What
Oh, I
do you think
like
gets
this.
in the
I
way
like this.
Of you being emotionally unavailable.
I love
Or
this shit.
emotionally available. What makes it hard for you?
I think there's a lot of things. If I'm getting super personal about it, 2 things in my life. come to mind
Finally.
First, one is that my mom and
I like the
watching
phrase
her
too,
date.
man.
So, like, my dad and my mom separated when I was young, like 3 or something like that.
I don't need any more, so
my mom has, like, been in and out of love a lot of times growing up, and so
this and
I
stuff.
was constantly witnessing
This
her.
gonna be enough, right? Freeze is
put her
enough,
heart
right?
on, like, she wears her heart on her sleeve, right? She's very emotionally available,
Yeah. That's what it is.
upfront about those kind of things, and I just saw it not work out
Oh, wait.
so often.
Oh.
That
Okay, that's-
it made
that's
me
fine.
go, well, I need to be the complete opposite,
That's fine,
and
that's
I don't
fine.
want to go through like what my mom went through, So that's one of them, and then I think the other one is this strong, independent Black woman box that I'm supposed to live in. makes me feel like if I am vulnerable and open or like weak, you know, like that's
Just
seen
enough.
as weak. It's the opposite of like this box that I'm supposed to be a part of. And so it makes it really uncomfortable and hard for me to express the way that I feel.
Okay, I'm gonna have to end early today because I have.
Damn, you were introspective.
To.
You're good at this.
Okay.
It's like speed running.
Okay, I have to raid someone. We're gonna keep raiding Ghosty.
All right,
Just
so
been
I've got
going for
3
real
things for
long.
you.
Or more.
Number one, I think it's makes sense, right? So
Yeah.
you saw firsthand over and over and over again the consequences of being emotionally available, and you were like,
He likes Tarkov. This is a D&D Tarkov.
Okay. Yeah. So. I'm gonna raid more. No, it's 2 hours. Nothing.
All right. Still trying to decide how I'm gonna incorporate the shark.
Yeah. Okay, see you
I
guys
don't want it
later.
to like look like a standard shark. I want it to be very like abyssal. So
I see Martin. Oh, nice. Hi, Dark. Welcome. I have to go early today because I have a package I have to get. I will be back later though to do the commission for Nixon. Yeah.
yeah, what's wrong, Gura?
Yeah. Bye bye. See ya. Back later.
It's a good
Maybe
guess
in
too, 'cause I don't usually
2
draw a hollow
hours.
line.
I'll be back. 2 hours. Yeah,
Not
2
very
hours.
often.
I'll be back in 2
Or
hours.
Nichi-sanji.
New stream, but I'm gonna work on my next one. Yeah, this one tonight. See you guys later. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Uh-oh, I'm getting the sneezes. Welcome, Raiders! Sorry I was